Good morning, dear children. Today we are going to learn your first poem, that is Squirrel. It is part of the prose lesson 3 questions. Let us go and study the poem. The squirrel. You may have seen a squirrel sitting on the ground eating a nut. Did you watch such a scene in your life? Most of us should have watched such a scene. Those who didn't get a chance to watch such a scene, I will show you one. Okay? Watch this video. Look at the skill with which the squirrel is trying to open the walnut. This is squirrel. He sits straight and notice his tail. It looks like a question mark. Yes, he succeeded. He opened it and started eating the nut in it. The nut in the nutshell. Have you seen that? Yes. Here is one squirrel. The poem The Squirrel. This poem is written by the poet Mildred Boyce Armstrong. Mind the spelling there. It's a poem on the most mundane element that we come across day-to-day surrounding. Very few of us would have a thought of this little animal become a potential subject for a beautiful poem like this. The poet pictures the squirrel and all its characteristics wonderfully with the verse. Let us come to the poem. He wore a question mark for tail, an overcoat of grey. He sat up straight to eat a nut. He liked to tease and play. And if we ran around his tree, he went the other way. Look at the first line. He wore a question mark for tail. Look at the picture here. It looks like a question mark. It really looks like a question mark. So the poet says, he wore a question mark for tail. Why does the poet say that the squirrel wear a question mark for tail? Simply because it resembles the question mark that we use in our writing. So the word wore here is a poetic use. Usually we use another word here for possessing something or characteristic of something of animal or human. We say it with the possessive verb like has or have. In normal English, we have to say that he has a question mark for tail. But in poetry, the poet has the license to use different wordings. So he used the word wore. He wore a question mark for tail. Look at this. An overcoat of grey. Have you seen the fur in the squirrel? For the poet, it looks like an overcoat with the color grey. Yes, it wears the overcoat of grey, a fur coat. It wears a fur coat with grey color. Look at the beauty of the poem that the poet says. Third line. He sat up straight to eat a nut. The poet notices the sitting posture of the squirrel. He sits straight to eat a nut. Many a time our teachers and our parents used to tell us that when you eat something, sit straight. Nobody who taught the squirrel to sit straight when you eat something. It is nature's lesson that the squirrel follows. He sits straight to eat a nut. Look at the fourth line. He liked to tease and play. He is so funny. He wants to tease people. He wants to play with us. Tease here means there are two meanings for tease. One is to annoy, and another is poke fun at. Poke fun at means make fun of. So this is the meaning here. It doesn't annoy anybody because it is a very little creature. It's a pet animal. It can't tease anybody, but it poke fun at people, especially those. If we run around his tree, if we go near his tree, what he will do? He went the other way. That is his teasing. He is so playful with the humans, especially with the poet. Not only with the poet says that if we means you and me, all the human. If we go near the squirrel, it will go the other way. That is the teasing, that is the fun the squirrel makes with humans. Now let me ask you a few questions. First question. Why does the poet say that the squirrel wears a question mark for tail? And question number 2. What does the squirrel wear? Second question, what does the squirrel wear with? Third question, how does the squirrel sit? And fourth question, what does the squirrel like to do? What does the squirrel like to do? Fifth question, how does the squirrel tease us? So write these questions after reading the poem. Now working with the poem. Why does the poet say that the squirrel wore a question mark for tail? Why does the poet say like this? Because it seems like a question mark. Draw a squirrel or find a picture of a squirrel sitting on the ground. How would you describe its tail? You describe in your own way. Okay. Then question number 2. Do we usually say that an animal wears a tail? What do we say? Think. Does an animal wear a coat? Consult a dictionary if you like. and find out how where is used in different ways that you have to find. Here, instead of where's, we have to use has. Third question. He liked to tease and play. Who is teasing whom? Who is teasing whom? Yes, the squirrel is teasing us. And how? How does it tease us? When we go near it, it moves around and go away. Now let me ask you some language-based questions. Can you say a synonym for the word like? Where is the word like? He liked to tease. Can you give me a synonym for like? Somewhere in the description, I used 2 synonyms for like. Find out and write. Then, can you give an adjective? Can you give one adjective to describe the squirrel? Can you give an adjective to describe the squirrel? These 2 questions also you have to answer. With this, I am wrapping up the lesson. Thank you.